The NWSL is one of the most unpredictable leagues in the world, and that's been no different to start off a 2026 season. Here's my analysis of how two teams are pressing their way to success, and one team I wouldn't count out just yet. The San Diego Wave have found themselves top of the league table mostly as a result of a very effective man-for-man press. They make it miserable for opponents to play out of the back with a disciplined and aggressive pressing system. They currently have the second greatest average defensive action height in the league at 51 yards. Compare this to last year, where they really struggled on the press. They were generating opportunities, but they couldn't finish. Now, I think they look more coordinated, more cued, and even when they are getting those freebies, they're able to do something with them. It's been a big turnaround. Another area where San Diego have improved across seasons is possession. Although the statistics look almost identical between 2025 and 2026, what I think has really improved is how much time players are spending on the ball as part of that possession. While their possession percentage is almost identical across seasons, the real difference to me is how much time players are spending on the ball as part of that possession. I think it's most noticeable in these moments, when the Wave need to go backwards. Previously, this would require everybody going backwards and the tempo slowing, but they found ways to be creative, connected, and keep moving forwards at pace. It's taken players new and old to make these changes happen for the Wave, but I think one of the biggest contributors has been Brazilian international Dudinha. She is a massive contributor on the press, with her ability to anticipate plays well ahead of everybody else. She loves to hang out in spaces where players will forget about her, and then use her speed and acceleration to pick up errant touches. She's incredibly smart with her positioning. This does not go down as an interception, but I think she really creates that play and then supports the finish with fantastic off-ball movement. Right back Mimi Van Zanten is a rookie replacement for Hannah Lundqvist, and so far, she's fitting right in. I love how she's able to contribute in attack with her shiftiness, patience, and eye for goal. I think she's going to score on one of these shots from outside the box fairly soon. San Diego's roster changes in the offseason meant some big names leaving, but some big names coming in. But for Houston fans, it's felt like the big names were only leaving. How is it possible for this team to look sharper after losing key players? Well, with the second season under head coach Fabrice Gautreau, the team's tactical identity is beginning to become clear. They run a coordinated midfield press that really prevents opponents from playing through them. And just like San Diego, their ability to capitalize on the mistakes that they're forcing has been a real difference maker. They're combining that press with perhaps the most classic NWSL tactic, speed. The Houston Dash currently have the highest direct possession speed in the league, even more so than pace peddlers, the Orlando Pride. Which is why almost every time the Dash win the ball, you'll see them immediately start heading upfield without much consideration for any numerical advantage. It's aggressive, it's exhausting to play against, but crucially, it's been effective for them because they have two key players that are able to help them capitalize on these transitional opportunities. Avery Patterson has worked her way into the U.S. Women's National Team squad through standout NWSL performances, and this season looks to be no different. She's a massive contributor on both sides of the ball, but you'll find that most of her highlights are in the attack because of her shiftiness and service. She does a fantastic job getting her head up to look to make sure she's setting her teammates up with quality opportunities. A lot of those opportunities are being finished by Kiki Van Zanten. Older sister of Mimi, she's having the season of her life, clearly not wanting to be outshined by a younger sibling. As a forward, she's very comfortable with that direct style of play that Dash are prioritizing, and she's also very comfortable firing off these technical shots from outside the box. I'm honestly astounded by how similar the shots from her and her sister look, and it's not surprising to me the Wave and the Dash are both having success with similar strategies. While the turnaround in Houston has been one of the best surprises of the season, a lot of teams that found success in 2025 have struggled to get going, but no one is struggling more than championship-winning Gotham FC. They're built on a defensive foundation bolstered by international stars, but they haven't all been performing at that level. England international Jess Carter is caught out on this fairly straightforward transitional chance. U.S. international Lily Reel leaves just enough time and space here for a clear path to goal to open up. And over time, those issues start to spread. This play in particular really irked me because you have one player with their back turned to the play, one half turned to the play, and another not fully paying attention. Those kind of individual mistakes add up quickly. They allow a transitional opportunity, a massive switch ball, and then with a lack of communication and coordination from the defensive line, they allow a goal from a Kansas City team that had really been struggling to score. There's two players that I think Gotham need to see more from. Jayden Shaw's been through somewhat of a renaissance early in her career with the transfer to Gotham. She contributed key goals and assists during their playoff run and has picked up where she left off, looking sharp and incisive. The problem is she's had recurring injury issues and she's only played 120 minutes so far. They need more from her. And German international Anne-Katrin Berger has me questioning if she's at her best right now. Usually a master of tempo and poise, she's arguably one of the best keepers in the NWSL, but lately she's looking more like a liability. She was the first goalkeeper in the league, penalized under new time-wasting rules, and the corner that she gave away ended up being a big momentum shift for Kansas City. There was also this moment where she overplayed out the back. If Gotham want to win, they absolutely need her to be performing at her best. With a 30-match NWSL season in 2026, the slow start may not be a problem for Gotham because there's no guarantee that what's working now will still be working in October. We'll just have to tune in to find out.